Jadron here. What's going on, guys? The Hornet from Tech RC. Banzo. This looks a lot like the controller of the smaller one that we did a review of. This is considerably larger. Not direct feed motors. It is gear to gear. That little bubble on the back there you can say is where the motor is, although it looks like a really large motor that would feed the propeller. We also, as you can see, 5.8 gigahertz. The camera's 5.8 gigahertz. And we get an SD card in it again, which is huge. Now, one thing I'd like to show you here, because I find it really odd, I'm pretty sure the battery is a 7.4 volt, although it's saying 3.7 times 2, which would be 7.4. But look at the wire connection. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's your plug. These blue-red wires. So it's a 4-pin plug that goes into that, which is, it's only using the positive and negative off of it, which would make me think that this is a 7.4 volt battery. Wire mod might be in order if you want extra batteries for this. Otherwise, if you're only going to fly it periodically, then you can just use a proprietary battery. And also in here they have a red stopper. I don't know if you can see that, which is stopping you from having larger batteries in this, but that'd be simple to remove too. There was a screw in this. I have the screw taken out. It seems to be okay. We're gonna go ahead and turn this on, and I don't know if you can see white in the front, red in the back. They're with it. We are going to try to place that on flat ground. And the 5.8 gigahertz antenna here, I kind of have sticking downwards because that's really how it should be. It shouldn't be against the body. We're going to go ahead and turn this on. And this is also operating off of a LiPo too. What am I not doing here? Power. Okay. There's power to the screen as well. What are we looking at? What are we looking at here? Okay, seems like my camera, or no, there. Okay, so it's downward facing. It's extremely downward facing. Why don't we go ahead and take this plastic off? Maybe that make it look, damn, that makes it look 100 times better. So what we're going to do, we are going to click record button. We are recording. Gonna go down and out. We're in the 3rd speed setting. We're just going to take it up a little bit. Yeah, this is downward. Okay, guys, so normally I would do a picture-in-picture, but I had to do this in a split screen because this video is amazing. It is such a shame that it's downward facing, because to be able to get anything decent, you're going to have to be really high up or, again, pitch backwards. Now, my SD card was basically full, so we didn't get too much, but I just wanted to have a caption on this and let you know. So if you're going to want any type of footage, you're either going to have to backpedal, or you're going to have to go up fairly high. They really should have put it straight on. I mean, I understand why companies put it downward facing, but unless you get really high, you're really not going to see much of anything. I mean, right now I'm backpedaling, and then I got to come down towards myself. The camera on the other one, on the smaller one with the 5.8 gigahertz with the screen in it, the camera seemed really good, and if this camera is just as good, we might have to adjust it so it's upward facing. We're kind of at a dead stall with the wind, so we're just going to drop altitude because I don't want to lose my drone here. First flight on this guy. We will bring it down, bringing it down. And again, I'm backpedaling, so it's probably going to be the best footage that you're going to get from this off of that back pedal, because backpedaling is tipping the back end down, which is making the front end rise up, which is countering how downward facing the camera is, if that makes any sense. So what I'm going to do is up. Where are you going? Where are you going? What are you doing? Up. Had a delayed reaction on my stick not going up. So I'm going to stop recording. Hopefully I got some of that. We're going to bring this over this way. I have a little bit of a wind. Cool looking drone. Definitely a unique looking drone. It's dealing with this the wind fairly well. It is slightly snowing too. Just going to take it down here, see what type of range we get. FPV range, I'm still good on FPV, but again, you're probably not going to fly this with goggles because the camera's downward facing. So that's a huge negative mark on this drone is that the camera's downward facing, because we're up this high, and again, we're looking down. So I mean, to fly FPV, you're not going to be able to do it. Let's see here. Wind is really pushing it around. Got people coming over here. It is very light, and again, it's gear-to-gear brushed motors, 5.8 gigahertz, but unless you're going to backpedal with it and bring your back end down and your front end up, that camera is almost useless, especially with the 5.8 gigahertz. 5.8 gigahertz, ideally, you want to put it in FPV, and you're not going to be able to do that because you're not going to be flying backwards. I mean, I guess you could fly backwards, put it in headless mode, and then kind of fly backwards like that, and I don't know. It seems to be a good flyer. It seems to be a good flyer. It's a cool drone. I don't know what it would take to get in there and adjust that camera upwards, because that'd be the moneymaker. They would have themselves a selling point there where you'd be able to go into goggles with this, because the Fpv range on this seems to be good. I mean, I really haven't been paying too much attention to it. We're gonna go ahead and just take it up once more. We're going to record. We should be recording, hopefully. Or maybe not. Let's see. I don't see recording here. Maybe I had limited space on the... Yeah, I probably had limited space on that SD card. Hopefully we got something. Otherwise, it's just going to be a flight review. But again, the camera is downward facing, so we wouldn't have had much of anything great. But I did want to judge how the camera was. It's clear that the camera's still operating. We have a wind we're flying directly into the wind right now. I'm going to... Let's see here. We got blinkies. So we're probably getting close to LVC here. Out of the 3 drones that I've tested, I'd say, I don't know. The first one that I tested, those 5.8 gigahertz with the same controller, that's definitely the best one, I think. That is definitely the best one. This one is debatable. I mean, the other one that we tested, no, I'm going to say that I like this one the least. Not gonna lie, guys. Not saying it's horrible flyer or anything. It's decent flyer. It's dealing with the cold. It is cold out. It's dealing with the wind. It's a nice flyer, but where the other 2 have it in flight is that they're direct feed motors. They are direct feed motors. It's not gear to gear, so they're a little bit more punchier, a little bit more responsive. And again, I'm not dogging this. I'm just telling it how it is. If I had to buy from this company, like plain point period, they put the 3 drones that I've tested on the table, which one is the go-to? It's going to be the other one that I tested with the 5.8 gigahertz camera. It really is, because that camera was up facing to the point where you can fly straight and get something on the footage. Yeah, I'm guessing the SD card that I chunked in here was limited on space, which was my fault, but that's all right. Still getting a nice flight characteristics of this. If somebody was looking at this, they're getting a good judge, a J-drone judge of it. Again, that's probably that's probably the battery. So, am I impressed by this? No, I'm really not impressed by it. I'm not impressed by the battery that they put with it. The style of the drone, I'm impressed with the style of the drone. We really haven't seen anything like that. The propellers are nicely styled, but I don't know if it actually helped the flight. It didn't seem like it really added much of anything to the flight, if I'm being honest, which I am being completely honest. And again, that camera angle too far down for me. Should have put it up straight, that way we could see it. And again, the battery is a big nix for me, man, because some people don't have soldering skills. Even twist and strip and electrical tape, you can go ahead and go with that, but you really shouldn't have to with toy grade drone. This is plastic. It's super plastic. Do I think it'd probably be durable? It's not really thin plastic, so it'll probably be durable. But all in all, guys, I'm gonna say go with the other 2. Go with the other 2, despite the fact one was Wi-Fi. I'm still gonna say go with that one as far as reliability. But all right, guys, later.